Welcome back, traders. It's Orlando from the Stock Op Trading Team. I got a video for you guys today that is highly requested. We've got a lot of people in our Discord chat room that are wondering how we mark up our charts to indicate the most relevant technical levels so you can trade intraday based off these levels. So I have a couple of lines on my chart already, and what these lines are previous day high and low. This black dashed line is previous day close, and the lines down in this area are the prior day's high and low. So outside of those lines, what I like to do when I find a stock that's in play on my watch list, I first start with the daily chart and I like to start from current price action. So we're going to pretend like we didn't know what Disney did on Friday. So this would be like Friday morning, we're marking this chart up. So I'm going to disregard most of this action right here. So what I would do is I would start marking up the daily, and what I'm looking for are swing pivot highs and swing pivot lows. What I mean by that are areas like this right here where sellers come in and push the stock down, and then areas like this right here where buyers come in and push the stock up. You could go pretty crazy with this and mark up your whole chart. Like this area down here is an obvious swing pivot low, and we could mark that up, but I don't think there's much of a chance Disney on good news on Friday is going to come down to this area. If it does, we can always reassess intraday and mark that line in there. So what I'll do is I'll keep it super simple. I go from current price action and I work backwards. So the first level of potential resistance I could see would be this candle right here. Price action came up, and we moved back down and made a new swing pivot high. So I would mark a line. I've just got Epic Pen opening here because this might be easier, right? So we've got a swing pivot high, a couple of swing pivot lows. So what I'll do is I'll mark this high right here with a trend line, okay? So now we've got potential resistance on the daily chart that we can use intraday. We can mark this high up here because this was an obvious swing pivot high, right? Price action came up, bumped into this level, got rejected. That could be a critical level if Disney really decides to go. Another few levels that we can mark. Let's say Disney price action, Disney opens up in the morning and it just starts selling off. If it starts selling off, where can we find support? So an obvious area we can find support, it's going to be on this candle right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark a line across this candle, top of this guy. Some other areas might be these lower swing pivot highs that we could find some support at, right? Price action comes up, we get rejected, we start making lower highs into this flush. So these might be some levels where sellers are stepping down, buyers are giving up. And that is relatively close to current price action. So these levels could be important. We'll dump those on the chart. If I scroll back a little bit, maybe just for fun, we can mark this swing pivot high right here. Typically, I don't like to mark levels like this that price action has run through many times, because that usually means that whatever seller was here got exhausted here and he's no longer in the game. You can see after sort of these two tests of this level, this seller disappeared and now price action is just flowing smoothly through those levels. So that actually might be a bad level to mark. So let's just delete that. So after I've got these lines on my daily, what I like to do is I like to go to pre-market action on Disney. Like, we have no idea what happened during the day. So let's just say we're doing this before the open. Here's our pre-market action on Disney. I like to mark my pre-market high. And I usually start from the top and work my way down. So I've got my pre-market high. That could be potential resistance on Disney if we start to pop up off the morning. I've also got this level back here. Sort of the same deal as your daily chart, right? You're marking your high and low pivots that made sense or caused some sort of support or resistance on the stock. So I've got those two levels, and we've got some possible levels in here also that could act as support or resistance. So now our chart's looking a little bit cluttered. So what I'll do is I'll actually remove No, I'll keep that line there. Let's keep that line there, and we'll figure out what price action did intraday relative to the levels we've marked out. So if we just scroll over here on Disney, now we got to remember these levels are what I like to call like over-under levels, right? Price action won't test the levels exactly. They might, but they typically don't test the levels exactly, but they'll give you an idea of where the levels are. So you see, for example, this level that we have drawn in here, we have multiple tests of this area. So this could be established as the important price action area for Disney for today. So once I see price action just start whipping through like this level that I have drawn here, I usually get rid of it because I see price action is respecting the level above it, and it wasn't really respecting the level we had down here. So I like to just get rid of it to cut some of the noise out. So we've got one level that we're respecting for sure right here. We also have that black previous day close line, which is usually a big line. You see, as soon as we get below previous day close and we hold under, that's when we get that dump. We've got this level here, and we tested like over under this level for a while. So this level played a little bit of a role in intraday price action. And really, this is all we do to mark up our charts. Now, whatever level you have on your chart, it doesn't mean that it's going to be a level for sure, but these are levels you're anticipating price action is going to move around during the day. Like for example, this level right here, right? Price action blew through it again, blew through it again. This level probably doesn't mean much. One very important thing is it's usually the pre-market areas, because it's current price action, that matter. So if you see, I'll draw this line a little bit thicker right here. So if you see price action post-market held this area before the breakout, and now intraday, we've got multiple tests on the downside where support turned into resistance before we started heading down. We've got our previous day close line, which is this guy right here. So you can see in the pre-market, we held over under this area before the breakout, and you can see intraday, we tested this area multiple times before the breakdown. So you can go and mark as many levels as you want with an educated guess, I guess I will say. And then it's up to you once price action opens at the morning to establish which levels price is respecting, or which levels are the price respecting the most. And then you play off those levels. And that is how you draw your support and resistance lines on your daily chart and your pre-market chart to help you trade off levels and find key support and resistance areas intraday. Hope to see you guys in the free Discord chat. As always, if you need anything and you are in the Discord chat, shoot me a message. My name is Ferlano, or you can shoot a message to Stocklock, and we would be more than happy to help you guys out. Anyways, guys, have a great weekend. Hope this helped.